Hello, welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. It looks like we have quite the battle on our hands. And also, by the way, I checked my shared designs and the formidable class that the enemy started building, that the British started building, that's not one of my designs, so that's an AI original. It could be bad, it could be good, probably not great. But let's do this fight. We've actually taken Eastern England. I did not expect that, but it happened. So we're just gonna do as much damage as possible here. Enemy spotted north. It is daytime. You will join with your sisters. These have spawned strangely. Follow the Hanover. And my DDs also spawned in one of those supposedly a screening formation. And now I just need to get my DDs far away from my battleships because the battleships are taking fire. There you go, the enemy has been spotted. My battleships have not received their refit. Let's just throw some torpedoes into the mix. I actually scored some torpedo hits. 7, 9. That's not bad. That one took 6 of them, all by itself. Very good start to the battle. That's how you screen with DDs. Don't use the supposed screening formation provided by the game. And I also checked the the ship designer. My battlecruisers are built on Battlecruiser 2 hull, and it seems you cannot get a better tower on that hull. At least not in the ship designer, but that's because the hull becomes... that could be because the hull becomes obsolete before you get a better tower for it. If in the campaign you keep the ships in service, you might be able to, through refits. Let's kill these 2 heavy cruisers and then start looking for some battleships. With the DDs, because they now have their torpedoes reloaded. And most of the enemy screening force is gone. Let's see, that's 15, 30, 33, 24. And of course some quite impressive damage numbers by the DDs from those early torpedo volleys. So far we've done pretty well, and what we actually came for, just do damage and get out, but there's more damage to do, I think. These are battleships. What was that? You better stay on those targets. And not just suddenly decide to target something else. Come on, launch. Launch, damn you. Oh, you launched? Okay, good. That's another torpedo hit on the Conqueror, I think. DDs are heading out. Lost one, but not too bad. Considering the damage we're dealing out. Swiftsure. Actually, you can keep firing on the bulwark. There we go. Narrowly missed some torpedoes. We got some more DDs coming in. Was a light cruiser. Swiftsure going down. Audacious next. So far, things are going very well. Okay, let's have the cruisers detach from the battleship line. And all my battleships are practically undamaged. Well, they're still gonna have to be repaired because having scratches on your paint is not acceptable. That's another battleship. And a DD. Let's take care of these small ships first and then finish off the last battleship. Just hope these torpedoes do not hit my my battleships. One of them detonated in the water. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, the cruisers aren't even that much damaged. It's mostly mostly flooding. I have one more battleship that I want to sink. It should be here somewhere. There it is. Bulwark. Detach the bottom so she can speed up. Yeah, bulwark should be going down now. Bulwark sank. And my battle line avoided all of the torpedoes. Could just end it now, but there are DDs in the smoke. That I would like to punish. All my battleship guns are now pointing over here, so they're gonna have to traverse. Before opening fire. Now I could have kept my DDs around, just to act as scouts. But it's likely they would just sink. Because they were pretty badly beaten up. Actually not. Well, it's too late now. I think the last DDs are running, so let's end it. That was a pretty overwhelming victory. 74,000 victory points from one battle. Well, that was 6 battleships, 3 heavy cruisers, 7 light cruisers, 1 got away, and 7 DDs. So 6 light cruisers sunk. Yeah, 22 ships sunk in total for the loss of one destroyer. I will take that. Yes, I'm now attacking Wei Hai Wei. Army force of 523,000 versus an army force of 2,000. This one is up to 85%. Somehow their army force is going up every turn, as are their losses, so I assume they're just conscripting locals. 27% into South Africa. 16 into Gold Coast. It's after one turn. I'm pretty sure. Now that did send all my ships back for repairs. That's fine. Yeah, that's still only 1 month repair for most of them. So that's pretty nice. Hopefully this is RDF. That was the 15-inch guns. Right. Did I actually start building ships for? Yes. The battleship Deutschland being sold to Sweden. I can actually change the name of sold ships. That's nice. I didn't know that. There we go. I can't have a battleship called Deutschland and then sell it to Sweden. That doesn't work. That name should be reserved for one of my ships. Oh, it actually has oil production too. Wow, okay. So, how is Britain doing? They've got 6 ships left. They are rebellious. Again. Do I want to give them a peace treaty? I do. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. Let's have this this go on another couple of turns. Is that greedy? Yes. Do I risk Britain breaking apart and me not getting anything? Also yes. Should I do a backup save just in case? Yes, probably. Now, will that save get overwritten by me clicking next turn? Also probably. I'm actually invading Wales from eastern England. I had imagined Britain being my main enemy for most of the campaign. War continues. Leo Churchill is replaced. Heavy cruiser Orion versus battlecruiser Monarch. Northwest. That's not really a fight I think I can take. So now I'm the one running away. That's their last battlecruiser, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Now I'm the one causing the ghost battle. I've not been spotted. I should be a little bit faster. I think it's only 1 knot difference. I think the Trafalgar has a top speed of 26 knots. I've got a top speed of 27, although weather effects is making that a little bit slower. There we go. We got away. Yeah, 26 knots. We got one more battle. It's a cruiser versus... Ah, it's the Spanish. Somehow I've got 1,000,000 soldiers in eastern England. I did not expect that invasion to work, but it did. Uganda will be mine next turn. South Africa will be mine in a couple of turns if the war continues. Not really getting anywhere with Spain. Yeah, no, I'm actually losing that fight. Gold Coast, 25%. %9 into Way Highway. Seelitz and Scharnhorst continue repairing. It's 60,000 tons of spare capacity that refitting. That means I can resume these two also, just to get them done. And let's do cruiser versus cruiser. That's an AI design. It's a very expensive AI design, but it's an AI design. It's not one of the ones I designed for Spain. South. Imagine how demoralizing it must be for the population of Britain. Not only is Eastern England invaded and occupied by the Germans, but the massive fleet it's going all the way from the other side of the world to stop that invasion. It arrives too late to actually stop it, and when it does get there, it just gets sunk. I think someone is not getting re-elected. Who am I kidding? I'm not gonna allow them to have any elections. Yeah, that's a clown boat. 30 caliber, 8.3 inch guns. Oh, you only have a 6.5 kilometer main battery range. That's cute. Your 2.3 inch guns have a longer range than the main guns. How is this more expensive than a British Aurora class? That's what I want to know. It's got Krupp 1, stereoscopic 2. It's got a whole bunch of guns, but most of them are useless. I'll destroy the torpedo. Ooh. That destroyed some ammunition. For one of the secondary batteries. Actually, I think 6.3 inch guns counts as main guns on that ship. So they've got a mixed battery. My accuracy does leave something to be desired, but evidently it does work. It's surprising that invading Eastern England only needed, what, 25,000 tons? So potentially that could have been done by a single battleship. There we go, more flooding. I don't need to be this far away. I can easily go closer. Doesn't even have any torpedoes left. Yeah, it's been reduced to 11 knots. There we go. Can just make out my cruiser in the background. That is the large armored cruiser hull, which you can easily build some very good ships on. They just didn't. In fact, the cruisers I did build on build for Spain were built on that hull. But this is not it. I think, unless they completely refit it to make it useless. But I don't think they did. It's gonna sink now. There she goes. Now, this is not a refit version of one of my designs. It's just the AI throwing a bunch of different guns and components into a tumbler and then tumbling it all around and seeing what comes out. That seems to be the AI design philosophy a lot of the time. Let's see, how's my yeah, my GDP is growing, and it did grow by quite a bit just from taking Eastern England. And we're gonna get a little bit more from Uganda. Whether or not we're getting South Africa and Wei Highway before a peace treaty, that remains to be seen. Would like to have Wei Highway though, just because ultimately I do need to go to war with China, and having more land around here would be nice. Kazakhstan. That's on my list of places I want from the Russians eventually. Let's go one more turn. British are building new ships. Mexico wants to buy 3 cruisers. Total profit of 25%, not worth it. Sweden wants to buy 2 cruisers, total profit of 46%, worth it. 8%. We took Uganda. Now we're attacking Sudan. Just straight through South Sudan. Don't worry about that one. 44% into South Africa. I'm gonna see how far I can stretch this rubber band that is my war with Britain. Yeah, we are building stuff. Building quite a lot of stuff. Might as well build a bigger shipyard. What are we getting? Is that VHF radio? That's not what I want. I think the RDF comes after that. Let's refit the Hanovers. Let's refit 2 at a time. And then I guess send out some ships for some fun. See if we can antagonize the Spanish a little bit. Move my mining submarines. So I don't mine my own ships. Move these into here. Yeah, let's go 1913. I will agree. I know I was getting stuff from them, but at this point, like if they start having a bunch of rebellions around in their provinces, then I'm not getting them. And I think with almost 400,000 victory points, I should be getting quite a lot. resume these two. Yeah, I just want to get RDF and then find something else to prioritize. 18%, 53%. Part of me think that maybe I should not have said yes to a peace treaty, but as I said, I am kind of running the risk of all of their provinces just rebelling and going independent. Because the war has already gone on longer than I thought it would. Peace signed. Okay. 2.8 billion. Gibraltar, check. Weihai, check. Cyprus. Okay, get my cheat sheet here. Gold Coast. Hong Kong, I want that one. Singapore, yes. Gold Coast, South Africa. You should get a discount on getting provinces that you were in the process of invading. Uganda I have already gotten. British East Africa. I could take India too. That's gonna need 1.7 billion. Let's take British East Africa. Let's save India for later. Malta. Northern Rhodesia. Orange Free State. Transvaal. Let's get Andaman Islands. It's the most expensive thing I can get now. Like that. Leaves 2.4 million. All right. Got Gibraltar, Cyprus, Hong Kong, Singapore, Gold Coast, South Africa. Oh, I can scroll. There's a scroll. I didn't see the scroll bar. I don't think I've ever gotten this many provinces out of a peace treaty before. Africa. Did I not get Weihai? Got Singapore and Hong Kong. Right, but that's some nice loot. Warship trade. Mexico wants to buy one Hessen class. 47%. That's a lot of tonnage taken up though. No. Suddenly up to 40 provinces. Orange Free State is rebellious, but they were rebelling against the British, and now it's not British anymore. Yeah, they still hold Wei Hai Wei. But I've got Hong Kong, which is a pretty nice big port. Yeah, poor Britain. There goes their empire. Let's improve relations with Austria. We've got 2 battles. Cruiser battles against the Spanish. How's my fleet looking? Yeah, looking good. That's another one of those. Southwest. So I'm just gonna do this one battle and then end the episode, I think. It's daytime, but the sun is setting, so it's gonna be evening. Unlike the last battle, this is my 11-inch gun armed cruiser. It's a bit more of a punch than the 9-inch guns. Let's get that accuracy up. Cruise speed is 15 knots only. Should be getting more hits, I think. Nah, 21%, that's more or less 1 hit per salvo on average. Seems right. one salvo being 6 or 4 shots depending on whether my front turret has an angle. It's actually doing quite a bit of damage to me up close with all of those secondaries. I really should be making more use of my range. I mean, I've got a 26 kilometer AP range. Don't need to be this close. I can slow down for some more accuracy. Yeah, 5 inches. Plus 78%. Crook 1. Yeah, I can pen that easy. Well, in theory. Like that. I thought this would be quicker, gotta be honest. Let's get it a little bit closer again now that it's been somewhat reduced. Oh, we have to get closer. Disappeared. It's running away. I can't let you do that. Aft belt, 2 inches. Superstructure armor, 0.4 inches. Let's try some HE. Should get my rear turrets on target now. Let's go full HE, see what happens. auto on the secondaries. Because they can't HE pen the superstructure, but they can AP pen it. That's kind of just what I'm trying for now. And then once I get around to a better angle, if I do, I'll switch back to AP on the main guns and just send it to the bottom. Because it's a lot easier to cause flooding once you've reduced the structural integrity. It's got maximum bulkheads and spacious quarters. So it is quite tanky. I don't think crew losses is the way to go to take out these Spanish heavy cruisers. Let's come back to auto, see what my ship wants to fire, and it's AP. There you go. Doing 13 knots. Did we have a Citadel 1? It's just the same compartment being flooded and then pumped out and then flooded again. See, pumping it out. The more structural damage it takes, the easier it is to cause permanent flooding. So these two are permanently flooded, that's being pumped out. I think actually the 9-inch gun armed cruiser would be better against this particular type of ship, because it doesn't really have that much armor. Just kind of tanky with the bulkheads and stuff. So having higher rate of fire would be very worth it. Because you wouldn't really need the extra pen from the 11-inch guns. Finally. I'm kind of debating whether or not I should put 9 or 11-inch guns on my next heavy cruiser class. I should be getting triple turrets soon, which would allow me to put a lot more guns on those cruiser hulls. Do I want a peace treaty with the Spanish? Why not? I think a couple years of peace just to develop my economy would not be a bad idea. We're gonna see what happens on the next episode. We are also gonna do a battle similar to the one we just fought, and basically see what happens. Yeah, we're 10,000 victory points versus the Spanish. Could possibly get some territory with that, although not not to the tune of what we got from Britain. Now, if I can only get a war going with France, I should be able to pick up a pretty big chunk of Africa. It's still kind of funny to me that I actually ended up taking Eastern England. Yeah, let's see what was on the table for research. Yeah, we're getting this one next month anyway. That one also next month. What are we getting here? Bigger light cruiser. Let's go for rangefinders. Bigger DD. Yeah, but that's it for this episode. Goodbye and take care.